Welcome to Canterbury Life. I'm Annie Roach, your host. Today on the show we've got Radio Lollipop and we find out more about the beautiful new Brighton Community Gardens. But before I go any further, these two beautiful books written by Nairi Bowen Lilly, you might remember she was actually on our show, beautiful person. She's written this stunning story about her surviving the Wahine disaster, and she's written the recipe book. It says Recipe for Disasters, beautiful both of them, and you can win them if you ring up Marianne here at the desk, her number 377033, or you can go to the website www.ctv.co.nz. So both of those could be yours. But first up, we've got a very special guest, Sergeant Franco Loveridge from the Christchurch South Police. Thank you very much for coming in.
Your pleasure. Good afternoon, Annie.
Good afternoon. Now, your focus is the community, isn't it, in your policing?
Yes, it is, in the Christchurch Southwest area.
And how do you think the South is doing at the moment?
I think overall the communities in each area are performing very well. As you might expect, each individual community might have its own special issues, and my role in that, as community service sergeant, is to come up with strategies that will reduce crime, so crime prevention, but also to ensure that we look at the focus on the victims to ensure they're not re-victimised and how we can help for them to go forward.
Well, you know how you said every community has its own issues?
Yes.
And that's, I mean, certainly true. What would you say were some of the major ones that the South faces?
Youth is one of them that don't have a lot to do or are just wandering around the streets. That's a big one. Disorder in some areas around parks can be a bit of a problem, but each specific area sort of has little specific problems, and the residents of that area will ring us and make complaints in relation to what they think is an issue for them.
What do you think one of the main issues that you get rung up about?
Many, really. There's not one particular issue. Theft ex cars, there's a lot of shoplifting going on at the moment. Around schools we might get complaints about children not being restrained properly, and in some of the shops about youths hanging out and just causing a bit of a nuisance.
Oh, right, and you have to deal with all of that?
Well, what we try and do is we work closely with the community, with individuals, and then we try and come up with strategies that will take care of problems that they perceive to be what's causing major issues in their community, as opposed to what the police believe is a major issue. So it's working in close consultation and forming really good partnerships with people out in the community there.
I really love that aspect. I mean, that brings you closely to the people, doesn't it? When you want to share information, for example, and find out.
And that's right. And that's the only way you can do it. It's you need to get in there and you need to work at a community level, and also bring in other agencies around you to support what the community or what you're trying to do in that actual community.
Well, like the neighbourhood safety panel, I mean, this is something I don't think I've really heard very much about personally. Is this a new initiative just from the South?
It's been tried in the Phillipstown area and had very good success over there, and we've decided to trial it in the Hoonhay area. And what it essentially is, it's essentially getting a group of approximately between 7 and 10 people from the community, with the representation from people like the Christchurch Community Council, maybe Housing New Zealand, and then also prominent people that have standing in the community in different cultures, so that we can bring in a good representation of what the community is trying to say, or how they're feeling in that particular area.
So these people, they go on a panel and they discuss the issues with you?
Yes, what we're doing.
Alongside you, I should say.
Yes, it is. Well, it's a police initiative because it involves crime prevention, but it's about getting into the community, finding out what they perceive as being a problem, and then coming up with strategies throughout all the agencies, all that panel involved, in terms of how to put in strategies to actually come up with solutions for the problems that community perceive are actually affecting them or causing them concern.
So where do you think it's worked well so far?
It's worked well over in Phillipstown, which has had some really good results, and there's been there's been good knowledge in terms of what the community actually want or perceive as being problems, and there's been strategies put in place to actually deal with the problems over there.
So what would be one example of it working well?
I haven't been involved with the Phillipstown one, but I know that they've had issues with gangs in the area and drugs, and that's been one area that they've specifically targeted and had some good results over there. So
you can see some positive results already?
I think it's, from what's happened over there to what we plan on doing over the other side of town, I think I'm quite excited about the initiative in itself and the prospect for it having some very good results.
Oh, that's wonderful. It's lovely to hear that positive news. Thank you so much for sharing it with us, and we'll make sure that we are also being safe on the roads these holidays. Won't we? I bet that's something that you are always wanting to tell us about.
Well, it is. We've got school holidays coming up. This week, you may or may not be aware, there's a tyre awareness week. Look after your tyres, make sure they're sufficiently inflated, and yes, drive safe on the road. It's all about having fun, but getting to your holiday and back safely.
Absolutely, and thank you for that important message. We all need to remember that one. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Annie.
Now, after the break, we've got Radio Lollipop here.
Every Monday night I'll take you out and about around the region's A&P shows from Cheviot to Temuka. You'll meet the exhibitors, have a look at the sheep and cattle and horses, and also have a look at what people have been producing. Rob's Country Showtime, 8:30 on a Monday night, CTV.
Have you seen something you like? You can purchase a copy of CTV's own shows so you can watch them again and again. So give us a call on 3777 033 and order a copy today.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Christchurch has its very own enchanted utopia, the Hitching Post. Pop in and see for yourself. A magical assortment of handmade creations, custom-made candles and artwork. Choose from our huge range of water features, garden art and imported giftware. Specialists in handcrafted metal artwork made in store. Nestled on 722 Marshlands Road. The Hitching Post, defining art our way.
The home show sale is on. Hi, Mike from Four Seasons. We have the largest range of gas and wood burners on display. All wood burners and gas fires are heavily reduced. Save up to $1,300 on fire and flue packages. The home show sale at Four Seasons Home and Leisure, Tower Junction Mega Centre.
Hurst Auto Dismantlers, your one-stop shop for all your mechanical and car part needs. Our huge premises boasts a large selection of mechanical parts, panels, tyres and glass. Most makes and models are available on site, and if we don't have it, our trusted staff will do their best to source what you need locally and nationwide. So come in and see the team, or just give us a call and save time and money. Hurst Auto Dismantlers, 343 0099.
Let's face it, everyone has an agenda. And guess what? So do I. Every week, I'll pick 3 stories that grab my attention. Agenda with me, Brent Goff.
Welcome back. I'm joined now by Andrew Mulligan from Radio Lollipop. Thanks very much for coming in.
It's not a problem. Thank you for having me.
Well, I know you do a really good job because you cheer up children.
We do.
And
yes,
that's
our main goal.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's the main goal. And I think that you've had a lot of success with it too. What made you want to start up this radio station?
So it's actually started in the UK about 35 years ago.
Oh.
And so it was really successful over there. And ever since then, it's grown all over the world. And so it's been running up in Auckland for about 20 years now, and they decided, hey, why don't we, go further through New Zealand? So decided to start one up down in Christchurch, but there's a bit of a challenge because there's not a lot of space in the hospital. And so we've actually now got a camper van that we operate out of. So it's kitted out with a full studio, radio studio, and that'll be broadcasting into the wards soon.
So where is the camper van? Are you allowed to say where you are?
We are, yes. So it's actually stored off-site during the day, but then on a Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday nights, we drive it to the hospital and we park it out the back of the hospital.
Oh,
and
wow.
so eventually kids will be able to come down and see the studio and get involved there. And then from there we go up to the wards and take all our games and crafts and play.
So you're called Radio Lollipop.
We are, yes.
So can children listen into you through some kind of wonderful technological system in their hospital rooms?
So
itself?
yes. So not yet. So we're still in the process of getting all that connected up. So we've got the studio installed in the van, and we've got the technology installed in the hospital. We're just waiting for the link to connect them together. But eventually, perhaps a couple of weeks away, we'll be able to broadcast into the hospital, and it'll play through their TVs.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So they'll be able to call in and request songs, or we've actually got some little mobile apps that they'll be able to control the radio station from their bed. So they'll be the
lovely.
DJs.
Well, how wonderful for them, because for some children, obviously they'll be able to come and visit you, but for those children that can't and they are, stuck to their beds for a while, it's so nice that they can still be a part of things.
Exactly. Yeah,
and,
we want everyone to be involved.
And as you say, you'll be able to come up and visit them as well.
Yes. So as part of the Radio Lollipop idea is that it's got the radio station, but we also do play and entertainment in the wards. So we go there and we kit up our baskets full of games and crafts and things, and then we've got volunteers that go up into the wards and we'll play with the kids, and then we run competitions on the radio station, and it sort of interacts that way.
So can children, be like a presenter like you for a morning or for a
yes,
short
so
while?
That's the idea. Once we've got it running, the kids will be able to sort of log in, and they'll be able to we'll call up the radio station, and they can either present it that way or come down into our van and present it if they can.
So you're actually like a facilitator as well as a DJ?
Yes, we will be, yep. Yeah.
Oh, the children will love that. Well, you obviously are into the whole idea about the power of play with children. Tell me some of the healing aspects you think play has for children.
So obviously, being in hospital, it's not the best place to be when you're a kid. You want to be out having fun and playing games. Yes. So just being happy and making them smile and just changing their environment a little bit makes them forget that they're in hospital, and so that should help make them feel a little bit better.
Do you need volunteers?
We do need volunteers, yes.
So would you like a lot of people to give you a ring,
as many
Andrew?
As we can get, yes.
Or can they go to the website first to find out how to be a volunteer?
They can go to our website, so it's www.radiolollipop.org, or they can send us an email at christchurch@radiolollipop.org.
And so they can find out how to help you guys out?
They can, yes. We will contact them and they can apply to join us.
How did you get involved yourself to start off with?
So I heard about it on a radio station actually. So they were interviewing one of our directors and just saying, look, we're starting this up down in Christchurch and we need volunteers. And so I thought, that'd be a great thing to get involved in. So I sent an email and they got back to me, and it just sort of went from there.
And it's a really positive thing to get involved with, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's spreading joy and cheerfulness like you do.
It's a lot of fun. Our main goal is to have lots of fun and entertain the kids. So it's great. We do it after work. So all of our volunteers have day jobs or study. And so then come along at night and go up to the wards for a couple of hours and just play games. It's awesome. Oh,
how wonderful. I hope you have lots of response for that and people get involved with you. It's a wonderful thing you're doing. Great initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Find out some exciting ways now to furnish your home.
Oh, you caught me. Sorry, I just couldn't resist. You'll see why. Check this out. This chair is fully reclinable and it's so comfortable I may not actually get back out of it. It comes in this beautiful red leather, but it also comes in black and white. There is a reason I'm telling you this, but you'll find out after. What better way to relax in your recliner than to enjoy some music while you're doing so? What's this? We've got some beautiful red, black and white, fitting your colour scheme, wireless radios from Geneva. There's also these adorable little Tivoli radios that go with it as well. You can take your pick, mix things up. There's also a few different colours for those of you who want to spice things up a little bit and make things more exciting in your living room. One of the first things you'll notice when you come into the store is the vast array of furniture. Couches used to come in one size fits all, but not anymore. If the person next to you is cuddling up a bit close, problem solved. Now, when I was a kid, there was always a fight over the toast. I wanted just lightly toasted. My brothers, for some reason, wanted charcoal. But that is not a problem anymore. With this toaster, you can actually have two different settings going at the same time. So you've got two little individual ones here, and you can even choose the colour of your toast. Pretty impressive. There we go, nice and charcoal for them. Now, also, if you're like me and you get your toast, well, your bread out of the freezer, you can actually defrost it before you put it on so that it doesn't go soggy. You can reheat it if you spend too long drinking your coffee, and you can also choose a bagel if that's what you prefer. Me, I'm for the toast. Good boy. Now, it's not me that's gotten bigger, it's the furniture that's gotten smaller. Why should adults be the only ones to enjoy designer furniture when there's a great range here for your kids? Now, this has got me interested. You might look at it and think, yeah, it's just a clock, but it's a lot more than that. This funky little clock can actually fold out. You can make lots of different patterns, and you can even put it on the wall. And then when it's bedtime, you can pack it back up, all nice and neat, and off to sleep. Tons of fun for you and the kids. I'm exhausted after looking at all the gorgeous furniture and homewares. Just as well, I found myself a bed, and a really comfy one at that. But not just a bed, all of the gorgeous accessories to go with it, and a little bit of mood lighting. I told you I'd be back in this chair, and it's very comfy, but don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself, because ASCO are giving this chair away. All you need to do is email us at inquiries@ctv.co.nz saying, I want that ASCO chair.
Now, you might want to be in to win that fantastic ASCO recliner, and it's if you just email this, I want that ASCO chair, and you send it to inquiries@ctv.co.nz, and then you're in the drawer. I know I want that ASCO chair too. It looks really comfortable. Now, I've got the gorgeous Hilary and Catherine here from the New Brighton Community Gardens, and thank goodness we're going to be talking to you after the break.
Al Jazeera News, international news right off the satellite, bringing you up-to-the-minute coverage of world events. Al Jazeera News, weekday mornings at 6 o'clock, right here on CTV.
Get rid of that damaging and unsightly moss, mould and lichen from your path, drive or roof with Mossbuster. Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. Mossbuster costs less than half the price of other well-known products and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest. Check out our website to find the best solution to your moss, mould and grime problem. Order online or call us now on 0800 88 1000.
Introducing My Freeview.
This fella doesn't just preserve your right to watch free digital TV. It fits your viewing around your life. Too busy putting out fires? Record at the touch of a button. Want to watch one channel and record another? You can. And if you need to nip away,
hit pause, even a live show.
For a one-off payment, you can enjoy Freeview when it suits you, not someone else.
It's like having your own TV station at home without monthly fees or contracts. My Freeview. It's Kiwi for TV.
Action Removals, offering short or long-term storage facilities, full packing services, comprehensive rates, all fully insured and with 6 vehicle sizes to choose from. Earthquake repairs? Action Removals pack, move, store and return your valuable possessions stress-free. Action Removals, a family business that has been operating in Christchurch for over 10 years. Action Removals, your one-stop removal service on time, every time. 0800 222 526.
Arts 21 showcases the vast creative talent and minds that are making a name for themselves in Europe and beyond. Think outside the square with Arts 21. Monday morning at 10:30.
Welcome back, and now here are the two lovely ladies from the New Brighton Garden community. Your community gardens, I should say. And I just love that word for a start, gardens, because I just adore gardens. And the fact that yours is a community garden is just even more special, especially in Christchurch, and especially with, you know, how things have looked and been for a while over in the east. When you look at your website and you see the beautiful gardens that you've got going there, it just makes you want to go there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful picture to see there, and it makes you want to go. What do you see when you do go? What happens?
Well, that's what we like to think of it, not just as a garden where we grow things, but as a community garden where people can come and be healed, as you said before. And it is beautiful, it is healing, and it's just so rewarding to work there. Yeah, I'm a volunteer there, and Catherine is a paid worker there. Yeah.
And Catherine, do you work there every day?
We're there Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturdays, 4 days a week. So over 100 volunteers come through on our books.
What, so, every week?
No, that's how many altogether. So average 16 per day, 16 to 20.
Oh,
20
how
people
wonderful.
per day.
And a real variety of people, like young and old. Probably our youngest is about 2 years old. And we've got people in their 80s who still come and
that's lovely.
I mean, away.
It seems to bring people together, which is wonderful for such a lovely reason for growing things.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also too, it's a teaching place, isn't it?
Very much. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have our special needs schools. All the local schools have school gardens now, so they use us as a base as well. Preschools.
Sorry.
Yeah, preschools. Yeah, really, it's a diverse amount of people. So it's not just the garden. You know, we provide. You know, people can come and get rid of a bit of stress, and they've got company. And then we can also send them on to other agencies as well. Like we deal with lots of other different groups around Brighton, and we can recommend places for them to go. And yeah, so it does a huge community.
I think I can imagine that people would be drawn to you as people, but also drawn to the actual place for what you offer. I mean, even if you just want to wander around a garden, it can have a lovely therapeutic effect. And do you think actually it's even more important that we keep these sorts of gardens going more now since the earthquakes and even before?
Absolutely it is. I couldn't count the number of people who have said how valuable it is for them since the earthquake. And of course some people have had to move from their homes and their gardens, and so to be able to come to our gardens, it's a stable environment for them that's always been there, that had hardly any damage in the earthquake. We were lucky, so it's just been a real base for people to come to. And we even have people like, there's one woman who comes from Mount Pleasant who doesn't actually come to volunteer, but she comes to our monthly volunteers lunch just because she loves it so much. It's just so lovely.
Well, can you tell me, what does she love the most about it?
She loves the sense of community. She loves sitting around the table with, you know, some of the people there drive you nuts, but it doesn't matter. You just sit there.
Life, isn't
that's life. You sit there and you have this lovely shared lunch. We do a barbecue and a potluck meal, and it's always delicious.
Oh, the food's fantastic.
And the conversation.
I'm sure it is. You wouldn't have grown it, some of it there, would you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Can I ask you, Catherine, what is your favourite flower that you grow there?
Oh gosh, it's a tricky one.
Can you name
isn't
just
it?
one? Is that too hard?
Oh, I've got so many. I'm just trying to think. I do love sweet peas.
Oh, they are beautiful, aren't they? What about you, Hilary?
I think probably the sunflower. Yeah.
Oh, yes, and sunflower.
Because it's just so bright and bold and colourful, and in the summer usually we have huge ones, don't we?
It is
the first thing people see when they come into the gardens.
What do children do when they first see your beautiful flowers?
Oh, well, the gardens are really set up for children. We've got a big boat done like a sandpit, and a lovely new play area as well, which was all through funding. And we're well supported at the gardens, and lots of children's gardening tools.
Oh, how wonderful. So they can just, it sounds like it's just very easy for them to join in. Like if you happen to be here, pick up a spade or whatever and just join in and have fun.
And amazing how they learn so quickly what is a weed and what isn't.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of little Grace, who she just turned 3, hasn't she? And she gets her wee trowel and her little flowery gumboots, and off she goes with her great-grandmother.
Oh, how wonderful. Well, I can't wait to come and visit your gardens. Thank you both so much for doing such an amazing job and for coming in today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us as well. So check out a sneak preview of tonight's What's Happening in Christchurch and Canterbury, and we'll see you tomorrow.
I'm outside the George Hotel opposite our lovely Hagley Park, about to be the general manager and find out more what the 50 Bistro restaurant has to offer. I'm sitting with a fabulous array of food in front of me at 50 Bistro, which is one of my favourite places to come for business meetings, cocktail after work or a lovely meal, and I'm finding out more and more what 50 Bistro actually has to offer. With me is Bruce Garrett, who's the General Manager at the George. Now, I didn't realise you're open 365 days a year. It's pretty awesome stuff, isn't it?
That's right. Breakfast, lunch and dinner every day of the year. No surcharges on public holidays, anything like that. So yeah, always here, always open.
No, that's really good. And just looking across your shoulder there, you've won a few awards there for your beef, lamb and...
Yes, we've been fortunate enough. We've got a great team of staff here. The chefs in the kitchen produce consistently high quality food. Every year Beef and Lamb do mystery shop a number of restaurants around New Zealand, and the best restaurants in terms of their beef and lamb dishes get an award. We've got our last 8 awards up there on the wall.
So they're not all up on the wall actually, so just a few.
Yeah, just the most recent ones.
It really shows. I mean, your food is absolutely fabulous. I've got this very interesting coloured dish, which is the risotto, I believe.
That's right, it's a beetroot risotto. So yeah, our chefs have a nice innovative take on some classic dishes, and so you can see there they've infused that colour and flavour of the beetroot into the risotto there.
Yeah, that's great. And I love the look of that dessert over there too.
Rhubarb and raspberry compote. Over here we've got a salmon pastrami here. Again, it's a little bit of a twist on the typical versions of those dishes.
No, it's great. And one thing I noticed with the menu, they have the gluten-free little emblems.
Yeah, so there's a guide right on the menu there of whether the menu dish is dairy-free, gluten-free, whether it contains nuts, and whether it's locally sourced. So we've placed a real emphasis on sourcing local produce. We like supporting local suppliers as much as possible, and so that's reflected there on the menu as well.
That's great. It's really nice to do that too, especially with dietary needs also.
Oh, exactly. It makes it nice and easy. And children as well. We've got a whole separate children's menu.
Children's menu.
Yeah, so children can come in, and there's a range of dishes there, nice healthy dishes that are targeted more towards their tastes. Yes. And again, we're very flexible. We can bring the kids' food out early if that's what the parents want.
Keep them happy.
Exactly, keep the kids happy. Happy kids is happy parents.
That's right.